What's good? Justin Righteous here. I like to yap on science and world topics. Back with another reaction video. Let's get straight into it.
Your time machine broke, and you're stuck in the worst time in history.
First of all, Kurzgesagt, however we say that word, makes the best, most visually pleasing like science videos or theory videos like ever. So like I'm excited for this one because they're talking about time, and I love the concept of time and how we could go back in time or into the future and everything. So let's get straight into it.
It feels like you stepped into an oven. There are no plants or any vegetation, and almost no moisture in the air. The sunlight, smashing down from the cloudless and weirdly colored sky, is reflected by an endless sea of red and orange sand dunes stretching over the horizon for thousands of kilometers. Dust devils the size of buildings dance over the hellish landscape.
You're in the early Triassic, hothouse Earth 250.
Tough, tough, tough. The AI drone from his wrist. No, 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 no. Okay. Let's just keep going.
million years ago, a few million years after the worst mass extinction in history. The planet is still suffering from a permanent fever. Volcanism and the runaway greenhouse effect has transformed the planet into hell. There's 3 to 5 times
We got
more
extinct by a
CO2 in the air than in the
volcano.
human era. The formation of the massive supercontinent Pangaea led to the largest desert in history that barely sees any rain. The gigantic ocean is warm, even deep below. Two superheated currents circulate around the globe, pumping extreme amounts of heat and
Warm
moisture into
planet,
the
a hot,
atmosphere.
hot, warm
There's no
planet.
ice, even at the poles.
There's no
Seems like
ice.
you're stuck in the center of the desert, isolated by endless ancient landmasses, one of the most hostile environments Earth has ever produced. The deserts we know are still full of life, but not this one. Its core is starved of moisture, and the air is bone dry. Your skin dries out immediately, and your lips begin to crack.
Need some
The
Vaseline.
CO2-rich air is easily 50 degrees Celsius and
You
sears
need
your
some of
lungs
this.
with every labored breath. The rubber soles of your boots begin to melt. If you touch the ground, you'll get burns. Your sweat evaporates
Damn.
before it could cool you, and your exposed skin begins to crack within minutes. Suddenly, it becomes even hotter as a red sandstorm envelops the landscape. Like
Damn.
thousands of tiny sparks, burning hot sand hits your
Imagine
skin.
that was you in that
You're pressing
situation.
your machine's buttons at random.
You trying to
Can't do
you
time
trying to get
travel,
your
but your
MK.
heart still beats.
Yo,
You
what's
shoot
it called?
across some of the mightiest mountains Earth has ever seen. Eventually, you stop at the shores of the Tethys Sea. The vast shallow ocean looks more like a swamp among scattered groups of waist-high
Okay, found
ferns
some
and
water.
spindly stems with tufted
A
foliage.
different
A
planet.
few Lystrosaurus feeding on them eye you curiously. The water is murky and looks sickly and milky. Colourful mats of bacteria float on the surface like oil slicks. The air is
Jeez.
hot and humid like a steam room.
What's this? Okay, it's the
hard
same
to
planet.
breathe, and your sweat can't evaporate and cool you.
It's just the
Even
ocean.
the water can't give you any relief. It's as hot as a freshly run bathtub. This hot ocean can't hold much oxygen, especially in deeper layers. Bacteria and bivalves are the only species that thrive here. The waves move almost sluggishly through this thick bacterial soup. When they break, they leave behind a glistening, iridescent film. Each wave that hits the shore releases a mist that makes your
So
eyes
bacteria
itch
thrives
and
in
burn,
warm water.
carrying the rotten egg stench of hydrogen sulfide up from the oxygen-starved depths. Barely conscious from the heat and smell and CO2, you
Yo,
look at the horizon.
they are
A storm
grinding
is building,
right now.
unlike any you've ever seen. The hot ocean feeds it endless energy, and with no continents to slow it down, it will dwarf the fiercest hurricanes of your time. You're
Damn.
doomed. Your broken time machine.
Hop in your
jumps
oppressor,
and
man.
stretches.
Yo, time machine oppressor. Oh, there you go. Hey.
You're near the equator, in the late Carboniferous, 320 million years ago. The atmosphere is thick with moisture. The climate is locked in a never-ending wet super summer without any other seasons. Colliding
This is
continents
320
covered by the
million
largest
years
swamps
after
the planet
now.
will ever see. A paradise for plants growing faster than their dead biomass can decompose. The ground beneath is a warm, soggy mass of decaying vegetation. What will be an endless desert in 70 million years is now an endless alien jungle. A huge variety of life is thriving in this period.
From your perspective, this is not that great. You're lost in a maze of giant tree-like plants towering over a twisted undergrowth of giant ferns and endless varieties of bizarre and unfamiliar vegetation. The thick, humid air smells of sweet decay, but breathing makes you dizzy.
Wait, hold on. So when was the first? So it was an extinction. The volcano happened.
50 million years ago, a few million years after the world.
Okay, a volcano happened, and this is 250 million years after the volcano. And this one is 320, I think.
Jungle.
Three,
Desert.
320 million years
Swamps
after
the
the
planet will
volcano.
ever see. A paradise colliding. It is locked in a never
320 million years.
without any other
So
seasons.
about so 70 million years after, there's trees and vegetation. The planet cooled off. So at least the planet cooled off.
Bugs.
Kind of like Mars or something, right? We think that Mars is just filled with ice,
You're stuck
and it used to look like Earth.
in the golden age of arthropods. In
The
this
golden age of
oxygen-rich world,
arthropods.
they have evolved to sizes that
Yo,
will
I
never
love their videos, man. Like the way they tell stories to explain science is the most amazing thing.
be possible again. They are innumerable and everywhere. Armored cat-sized megarachni crash through the undergrowth, hunting a swarm
Hey!
of rochoids that scatter.
Oh my God! Oh no!
Spanning nearly a meter and
No! I need a.
catches Paleodictyoptera mid-flight. You stumble through the bushes.
You need a Glock in there, bro.
Creatures as an arthropleura the length of a
No!
car
I
exits
can't.
way
I
furthest,
wouldn't be able to do that.
countless
I wouldn't be
eggs
able to
laying
deal
in
with that
lots
unless
of
I had
holes.
weapons.
You reach a swampy clearing and stumble into the shallow water, dizzy and terrified as a Pulmonoscorpius rips apart its prey.
Oh
eyeing
my
you with some
God.
interest. Here in the clearing, you can see the
Mind you,
stars
this is on
that
Earth.
glow shrieking red, intensifying at an alarming pace. The extreme humidity here creates sudden, violent thunderstorms, and the oxygen-rich atmosphere makes everything dangerously flammable. Even the wet vegetation can burst into explosive flame with the slightest spark. Why do all of your trips end in a storm? Well, at least it will take all the creatures that want to eat you with it. Your broken time machine jolts back to life. The world
Up
is
on that time
folding
machine
in
oppressor. Where we going next in our time machine oppressor?
You've woken up in the early Devonian, 400 million years ago. Much of the planet is covered in shallow seas. while the
400
land is
million
mostly rocky
years
plains and
ago.
mountains broken by
Okay,
big
so it's
rivers and
ago.
mudflats.
So he's in the
Earth is
future.
in a
He's
state
going
of transition.
backwards.
For about 100 million years, life has begun to break down rocks into soil, a soft layer that enables plants to grow and life thrive. The ozone layer is slowly building up, fed by organisms releasing gases. Recently, this process has been speeding up. The land is turning from toxic to semi-habitable.
The sky looks wrong
Hey.
somehow. The sun blazes harsh and white, barely filtered by the unfamiliar atmosphere. The air feels thin, with only 15% oxygen compared to today's 21. Each breath feels shallow and unsatisfying. You're on the verge of passing out and can only
Rocks.
move slowly. At least it's currently moderately warm and not stormy. But it's what dominates these lands that makes this world truly
Looks like
alien.
Broken Moon on
Reaching
Apex.
up to 8 meters into the sky are massive obelisks of fungal prototaxites. As you
Oh,
walk closer,
so this
you
is for
notice
the
spores
fungi
catching
now.
The sunlight drifting through the air like tiny stars. Your movement disturbs more of them, creating clouds suspended in the thin atmosphere. They coat your skin with a fine, powdery, itchy film. You try not to think about how many you're inhaling with every breath in this oxygen-poor air. The ground feels nothing like soil.
he gonna
It's
get
mostly rock,
off
partly covered by
those
a thin,
mushrooms.
slightly springy layer of decomposing matter. Some shallow water pools reflect the pale alien sky above. Between the fungal towers, there's a carpet of smaller fungi and a few alien.
Like, listen to the
printed
music.
plants. No flowers, no leaves, just strange green stalks and fern-like structures that reach your ankles. Around you, the fungal towers rise like pale pillars. Their surfaces neither smooth nor rough, but something in between. They're neither wet nor dry, slightly yielding under your touch. Small patches of what might be lichen create splashes of muted greens and yellows on their surfaces. The only animals you can spot are a few insects burrowing into the large mushrooms. Everything is eerily quiet. You sit down on a rock. Is this it? As the night approaches, the pale sky shifts into sickly purples and greys, bleeding into the darkness. No animal sounds announce the coming night, just the solemn whisper of the prototaxites creaking in the wind. Through the thin atmosphere, the
little
stars
space
in the Milky
food.
Way illuminate the scenery with unsettling clarity. The fungal towers loom as pale shapes against the starlit sky, their silhouettes seeming even more wrong in the darkness. You are utterly alone, a time traveler lost in an alien world. Your time machine sputters.
The oppressor. The oppressor works now.
Time to start rebuilding civilization. And while a hammer and saw would come in handy, the single most important tool you'll need is your
Are
mind.
brilliant. All right, that's enough for the video. Thank you for watching. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. I mean, I would love to see them like make some kind of like long documentary, or even maybe have their own like show on Netflix or something. That would like be really, really good. I think they would make a pretty good video game too. You know, they're really good at like immersing you into the vibe of their videos, and like with the music and the story and everything. So thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts on the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.